Okay, so let's go directly into this. So how to sing like David Draiman. So if you're familiar with my particular technique, you'll know that I like to get in the mask like this. With David Draiman, it's a little bit different. He's still doing that to some degree, but it's more kind of a speaking spot. So, you tell me like a bloodstained hurricane. Okay, it's still there a little bit, but tell me why. You know, he's up in that. Okay, it's kind of just this little gravel, this little grunt. And you got to keep that there with the glottal compression. Now you're getting into it still with that little pharyngeal. You'll hear him singing this when he sings clean. It's this little nah! And it sounds kind of ridiculous when I'm doing it like that, but that's exactly where he's singing. Like if I were to sing like, let's see what the song is. And of course I'm doing all the lyrics wrong, so I don't know the lyrics to any of the songs. And I probably know a few. But there was the one song where he's singing the part where, when it's something like, rain comes down, something like that, where he's singing the clean part on the I forget the name of the freaking song, Sound of Silence. Okay, and when he's doing that clean stuff, that's just a high A, first of all, but he's not pushing it as hard as you think. He's just brightening up the voice. Yeah, hey, hey, and then he's just, hey, hey, hey. You kind of cover it, but you're not. You're still taking it through that small point. Hey, hey, and that's really how he's getting into it. When I am stricken, I can't let you go. Into the abyss will I run. To the abyss will I run. I can't let you. Okay, and that's really where he's doing it. He's kind of covering the sound a little bit, but he's doing that by shaping the mouth and shaping the throat in the right spot as well. So it's everything in conjunction, and that's the real secret when you're singing in these particular ways, in these hard rock ways. If you're trying to do one thing with the mouth and another thing with the throat, you're not going to end up sounding good. Okay, so for example, let me show you. It has to be in conjunction. So if I'm going to be going like this to the high, let's say the high G, okay? Say I want to go to this note, and I want to make it a more deeper sound. I can do it like that. Okay, then I can get more of a brighter sound. Okay, and that's how I'm going to do it with the more pharyngeal sound, and I can get that smaller. Get up into the head voice. See, there's the high C. Yeah. You just got to keep it small, okay? And that's where that upper register is going to really be. Now, he doesn't really sing into it. Once again, he's kind of in this grunt, and I'm kind of losing my voice here. I had to scream all last night at this freaking nightclub. That's what my side job, guys. But he does this stuff where it's just okay. If you can just go like yeah, and then it's kind of more like this rather than okay. Yeah, hey. When I am stricken, I can't let you go. When I am stricken, I can't let you go. Go! Okay? Hopefully that helped you guys out. That's the way that I would interpret David Draiman's voice. He's a very, very trained singer. That's another thing that I would say. He's studied a lot of this opera stuff. He's studied a lot of the Melissa Cross screaming techniques. And so I want to add in one last thing now that I'm thinking about it. With his voice, he doesn't really push it, especially when it's live. If you listen to him live, he's really not pushing. You're like, well, how is he singing like that? Well, he just kind of speaks everything. He just kind of speaks everything. Like, this is the song I got stuck in my head right now with them. You know, it's like here. You know, he doesn't really. Okay, that stuff, whatever. That's not really how he sings. Wow! Just doing flies for a minute. I'm not very good at it. But, okay, listen to that end note there. That end note is really cool. So, You won't come like a woman and suffering. He kind of adds in a little bit of vibrato though. You won't come like a woman and suffering. Okay, suffering. You won't come, never tell me why. Okay, and he gets into that stuff, and it's, you won't come like a woman and suffering. You won't come, never tell me why. Okay, and he really just speaks it. He's just speaking it. Never tell me why. Okay, and there's a lot of support here. But he's not like Chris Cornell or somebody who I'd probably bring up in like every freaking video. Because I personally think he's got the best sound, the best technique for singing. That's just like my opinion, dude. He's getting it a lot darker. Okay, he's kind of more like towards Jeff Tate or Bruce Dickinson or something like that. It's a much darker, much more epic sound. Whereas Chris, or some of these guys, you know, Chris Cornell, Sebastian Bach, and some of the other guys that can really, really sing in the heavens. I mean, Sebastian Bach sounds like he doesn't even go out there and try. Like, you hear him live, and he doesn't even seem like he's trying. He just goes out there and seems like he's just screaming the entire time. He's like 50 years old. He's like, yeah, I ain't losing it. I still... Wait, where's his voice? Yeah, I ain't losing it. I still got it, man. Because that's where he sings from. He sings from that particular point. Yeah! 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 That's where he sings from. He sings from that small point. You can get your chords more thinned out to get through to the upper register like that. Okay? You sing on a thinner edge, it's going to be easier to get to the top. You sing on a deeper edge, you're going to have to pull back on the volume, which is what Draiman is doing. And when you pull back on the volume, you're going to have to utilize glottal compression more. That's what you hear, like Ken Tamplin, for example. I think he's a decent singer. But he's utilizing that technique a little bit more. If you want to thin out the chords, it's going to be easier to go up. But if you want to pull back on the sound, make it a little bit darker, not quite as bright or as nasal, then you're going to have to bring in glottal compression. You're going to have to bring that in. And so it's like, so I've got to maintain the brightness, but, okay, you're still going to have to get that in there. And of course, that's a pretty damn freaking high note, going up to the high B there. Trying to think if there's anything else with this that I could help you guys with. If you like what you heard here, I am a vocal instructor. I will teach you how to do it. I'll get you doing some crazy exercises, you know, just the, you know, la, 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 all that good stuff. And then all that shit to clean off that fucking upper register. But I'll get you going. I'll teach you the technique. There is a technique to it, especially with how we sing rock music. A lot of times it's not what you think. A lot of times it's simply just getting into more of a speaking voice rather than a singing voice, which the big difference is that people that do a more natural voice like Draiman tend to just be able to sound really good. And I think that the natural sound of his voice comes through more because he had to do all these fast little lines rather than doing these big lines that a lot of other singers have to do. Like if you do like long held out notes, then there's a lot of room for error. But if you're just speaking these notes, then you're singing in the most natural place you can sing from, which is your speaking voice. That's the most natural place to sing. And really, the more natural you can make your voice sound, the more organic it's going to sound, the more believable it's going to be, the more it's going to be unique to yourself. Because nobody sounds the same as far as speaking voices go. Nobody sounds the same. Everybody sounds a little bit different. And so there is something to that. And I think that Draiman has really, really tapped into that. I think that, of course, yeah, he's covering the sound a little bit, and he tries to do this kind of epic type feel, almost like a deeper Iron Maiden, maybe. That's the sound that he's come up with, and he sounds like himself, and he reinvented himself on 10,000 Fists, I believe it was. 10,000 fists in the air, into the abyss will I run. Anyways, if you want to take a lesson, head over to my website, songrocker.net, okay? If it's not set up yet, then you found this video before I was ready to set everything up. So I'm going to be setting this up very, very soon. It should be ready to go. And then I would recommend this, and I say this in every single video, purchase Elements of Singing. That is my singing course. I recommend getting that first before you do anything else, okay? Get Elements of Singing, then come take a lesson from me, and we will dive into the technique exactly the way that you want to do it, okay? Anyways, over and out.